Hi, Selena.
Hey, Annabelle.
So I'm just starting my field work, and I have a question for you. So tomorrow, the OT that I'm with is going to be evaluating a patient who had a stroke, and we've noticed that, or on her chart, it says that she had some issues with balance at the hospital, and now that she's discharged to inpatient rehab, my OT wanted me to find an assessment that might assess her fall risk and balance.
Awesome.
And also, her family pointed out that they would love for her to go home as soon as possible, but I'm not able to help them with that. Do you have any ideas?
I do actually. Have you ever heard of the Berg balance scale?
A while ago, but you have to refresh my memory.
So the Berg is awesome because it actually does assess both current balance and also predicts fall risk. So it's really perfect for the scenario you just mentioned, actually.
Great.
And it's an evaluation of balance using 14 different tasks that include sitting, standing, reaching, turning, that sort of thing. And the scoring is really simple. There's no specific training that you need, no specialized training to administer it. It's really just a great all-around assessment, and it's free to download.
Oh, nice.
So you don't even have to spend any of your budget on it.
Okay.
And it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to
okay.
administer. So that's kind of
That
awesome.
would be great.
Yeah.
So can you tell me more about the items themselves? Like what is involved?
I actually have it right here. So the first few, sitting to standing, standing unsupported, sitting with the back unsupported but feet on the floor, that type of thing, and transfers. It has the patient go through all of those different tasks in order to see how independently they can do them. And the scoring is on a 0 to 4 ordinal scale.
Okay.
And so a 4 is they can do it independently, and a 0 is they need, quite a bit of assistance with that.
Okay.
So the great thing is there's some studies that actually go into the Berg predicting fall risk, but also how it correlates to length of stay in inpatient rehab. And that sounds like what your family is asking.
Yes.
And so you can actually assess that. So it definitely directly correlates to that score. So if they get a really low score, their stay is going to be longer, most likely. Okay. And if they score pretty high, then they're likely to get discharged much sooner. And also discharge destination is indicative of that score as well.
Okay.
So.
Oh, excellent.
It's really helpful.
I like how this tests static balance and dynamic balance.
Yeah.
Both are important for balance.
Exactly.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about how reliable this study is?
Yeah. Do you remember, how in Kruger's class, how he always talks about, make sure it's a valid and reliable assessment?
Yes.
This is hands down one of the best balance assessments you can use because it has excellent validity and reliability, responsiveness, standardization, and overall utility. They all scored in the excellent range.
Oh, wow.
So it's a really awesome tool to use. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Great. So you said it's free, which is good,
Yeah.
and you can download it online.
Yep.
Okay. And what about the different client factors or parts of functioning that it assesses?
It assesses functional mobility.
Okay.
But the main things it's focusing on is balance, right? So that's your visual, your proprioceptive, and your vestibular functions.
Okay.
And so that's solely what it's measuring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And have you ever used this assessment before?
I have. There was that day that we went to the Adult Day Health, and we were able to do assessments on some of the folks there. And
that's right.
Yeah, I got to do that there. It was awesome to see it in action, you know, instead of just reading about it. And it really worked well. You could see that. I think the lady ended up being about a, minimal assist, but not independent.
Yes.
On some of them, and it was a really interesting thing to see. So it was really helpful for sure.
Okay. And what about the populations that this test can be used for?
It's great for stroke patients, people with Parkinson's, and pretty much any balance impairment that they might have.
Oh,
so,
that's excellent.
Yeah.
I think I will use this assessment.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'm happy to help.
Thank you.